Marvel bring back Secret Identity. How we went from Secret Identity being one of the defining characteristics of the superhero genre, now being a rarity with movies like Quantumania, Captain America, or The Avengers, where it's not even like a thing with the character walking in bright daylight and everyone recognizing them. And I mean, the issue's not really about the lack of secret identities per se, but more so of how mainly Marvel movies doesn't replace it with something else, and how because of that Marvel is preventing its own stories from growing up and having interesting conflict, and instead makes them more generic. Not saying that in a bad way, but certainly is not the most optimal thing. But to get to that why and how of this phenomenon, we must first examine the first MCU movies, because this lack of identity wasn't always a thing. In the first Iron Man movie, the fact that Tony Stark was secretly Iron Man was treated as a big deal, so much so that the movie shows a lot of his day-to-day life and ends with the cliffhanger of him revealing his secret identity to the world, which feels like and it is a big deal, as we seen in the second and third movie. Now that the world knows who Tony Stark is, his head has become a big target for his enemies. His company and his loved ones have become in danger. Or seeing it from another angle, the fact that Tony said that he was Iron Man made for such interesting drama, which it begs the question, then why does Marvel movies doesn't use more this stuff? Well, you see, the answer is a problem of escalation. Escalation means that as every new bad guy or problem to solve comes, it needs to be bigger than the last one, or otherwise the public will get bored. But the thing with escalation is that more often than not, this comes at the cost of a good story, because if one chapter you are dealing with an enemy that's threatening the world, and in the next one you are dealing with some low-level group that wants to stall a few bucks, well, it will be a little anticlimactic to say the least. So in order to that not happen, everything needs to be bigger and bigger. But if you continue, there will be a point where your series will lose its identity, because its main focus won't be on characters or making a good story, but in just making pure spectacle without substance. Everyone that has seen Dragon Ball or any shonen anime probably knows where I'm going with this. Let's focus on the Avengers movies to see how this applies to the MCU. In the first movie, we fought on Earth. Fine. In the Image of Ultron, we fought in the air. Okay. And in the last one, almost everything happens in space and Earth, respectively. Each one of these movies being higher risk or more epic than the last one, at least on paper. But what does this mean for the characters? It means that each time as the overall story of the MCU grows, the story of the characters have to literally and figuratively put more distance between them and their day-to-day life, which makes their secret identities kinda meaningless, because no one that matters is going to recognize them, and so the secret identities become a liability, which only gets in the way of the story. And now that we are in space, it doesn't really make sense to hide it. And on top of all that I mentioned, add multiple characters that appear on each movie that comes from another movie, and all of them which are taking screen time. And well, it doesn't come as a surprise that Marvel is taking the easy route of getting rid of almost all the secret identities, which is very sad because it takes away a lot of the tropes that define the superhero genre and differentiate it from heroes of the East like Goku, Luffy, or Naruto. And I kinda miss those full scenes like showing your loved one your true identity, or seeing the struggles of day-to-day, which yeah, certainly nothing new and kinda tropey, but they are kinda part of the fun of that genre, and that honestly, their absence makes these stories less special, or at least for me, it does. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.